and we are to help you. And that's the first objective. And number two, you should be able to use the appropriate tools and techniques effectively for problem solving and decision making. So what is problem solving? Solving any problem at the root level. That is called problem solving. That is, we are looking at systematic way of problem solving, not just the trial and error, which all of us are already, having the expertise. Trial and error anybody can do. But systematically fixing a problem at the root level is what is required as an outcome from the program. Another thing is decision making. Decision can be made based on opinion, based on data, based on fact. As a black belt, all your decisions should be only based on fact, not just on data. And some of you used the word you want to be data driven. Sometimes data can also mislead you, right? You should also be able to figure out whether the alarm that is coming out from the data is a false alarm or a true alarm. If the alarm that is coming out of the data is, then you can understand whatever the information the data is communicating are fact. Otherwise, you should leave them as just as opinion. Don't consider them as the fact. So this is called decision making. All your decisions should be fact based. Number three, and you all should be able to gain enough knowledge to successfully attempt and pass the requirements for the Certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt examination to be conducted by MSME Technology Development Center. We are prepared enough to equip each one of you to qualify in the examination right in the first attempt. But we expect your cooperation, right? Some time you need to devote, and so that this will happen effectively. And then as a black belt, you all should be able to lead complex project. You should also be able to solve the problem, even if the problem is a cross-functional one. Multiple departments are involved. Still, you will be able to lead it and fix it. And you will also be able to guide the green belts and the yellow belts who are part of the project team, right, during the implementation and any improvement. So these are the major outcomes that are expected from each one of you. And there are certain expectations. Number one, some basic computer literacy. You all should be comfortable in using a laptop. Though you can attend the class through mobile, unless and until you start using the laptop and work out certain problems in Excel and Minitab, the implementation may not be comfortable as you expect, right? So this is number one. And another expectation is some exposure in improvement projects. Since you are part of the Black Belt program, you are expected to have certain exposure on improvement project, how projects happens in a company, how typically projects can fail. So that idea you must have. If you are a green belt, then definitely that is good enough. Or otherwise, definitely you would have done a graduation program. That should be definitely better than a green belt program learnings. But you should be able to recall, and then you should be able to bring your experience while discussing in this program. And finally, this is most important: the positive body language, positive facial expression, right, and the interactions, and most importantly, commitment to listen and learn. Right? There are many things we are going to discuss right from the fundamental. We will take you deeper as well as wider, right? So these are the expectations from all of you. And outcome will be a remarkable improvement in your problem solving and decision making capabilities. You will see yourself as a leader, right? And that will definitely happen. So this is my agenda for the next 1.5 hours. Right, 1.5 hours or so. What is the connection between business and Lean Six Sigma? And history behind Lean Six Sigma. How Lean evolved, how Six Sigma evolved, right? Why they are clubbed together, that we will see. And we'll also compare when to use Six Sigma, when to use Lean, and when to combine them, right? And what kind of organizational structure is required so that the implementation becomes easier. Organizational structure for Six Sigma, and then the methodology and tools and techniques connected to the Lean Six Sigma. Right. So straight away, I wanted to start with some numbers, some discussion, right? All of you can participate, prefer to participate now. See here, imagine you are manufacturing a product and you are selling it at a selling price of 100 rupees. The selling price is 100 rupees and the manufacturing cost is 72 rupees. So what is your profit here? 100 rupees is the selling price and the cost is 72 rupees. So the profit is
28.
28. Understood, right? And imagine your production volume is right now 1000 unit. You produce 1000 unit. So since the manufacturing cost is 72, the total manufacturing cost will be 72,000. I think these are simple calculation. All of you can easily understand. Now the defect percentage. Your company currently has, a defect, maintains a defect percentage of 20%. So what is 20% out of 1000? 200. So 200 units are getting rejected. 200 units are getting rejected out of every 1000. So the effective saleable units are only 800. These 800 units will be sold at a price of 100 rupees. So the revenue generated will be 80,000 rupees. Is that clear to all of you so far?
Yes.
It is 80,000. And now manufacturing cost was 72,000. So what is the net profit for a production volume of 1000 unit? 8,000 rupees. Revenue is 80,000. Profit is 8,000. So your profit percentage, profit as a percentage of revenue is right now 10%. Profit percentage is 10% of the revenue. You generate a revenue of 1 lakh, profit will be 10,000. You generate a revenue of 80,000, profit will be 8,000. This is called, bottom line performance. This is called bottom line performance. And now, on the other side, revenue, your production volume is 1000, and you have been, continuously producing 1000 units. So your revenue remains same for a, period of the study. And now your operational, you feel like, your operational costs are very high, and that is why your profits are very thin, just 10%, right? And your productivity, quality, and customer satisfaction, all of them are right now maintained at an average level, right? You clearly understand the necessity for improvement in all these aspects, right? And of course, the approach, this approach is called the traditional approach, and the methodology used is called traditional, right? And now let us think about another scenario. Scenario number 2, the product selling price is 100 only. Manufacturing cost is 72 only. Production volume still remains the same, 1000. And so the manufacturing cost associated will be 72,000. But what you do is you reduce the defect percentage from 20% to 10%. You did something, you have run some project, and you have reduced the defect percentage from 20% to 10%. The number of rejected units will be 100 instead of 200. As a result, the saleable units will be 900. As a result, the total revenue will be 90,000, right? 900 into 100, that will be 90,000. Now, how much is your profit? Your revenue is 90,000. The cost associated is 72,000. So the profit is 18,000. 18,000 expressed as a percentage of revenue. How much it is? 20%. Now what happened? Since you reduce the defect to half, your profit is doubled. What is our understanding here? Any reduction in the defect will directly add up in your profit, right? Yeah, the defect percentage, see, no other approach can maximize your profit like this. Even after you improve the revenue, again the profit may remain same. But with Six Sigma, the advantage is if you reduce the defect, to the extent you reduce the defect, the same extent your profit will get multiplied. That's why we consider Six Sigma as a profit maximization tool. That's why organization wanted to adopt the approach of Six Sigma. And now, since you reduced the defect, there is a small impact in the revenue also, right? Earlier, you ended up producing 800 saleable unit, but now you ended up producing 900 saleable unit. As a result, your revenue also grows by a percentage of 12.5, isn't it? So earlier it was 80,000, now it has become 90,000. Now the operational cost, since you reduced the defect, other than putting some efforts and doing some project to reduce the defect level, are there any other additional spending you are incurring? Definitely no. Your operational cost is almost same, except that you equip your people to reduce the defect. So operational cost is same, but your productivity, you can see the productivity going up, you can see the quality going up, you can see the customer satisfaction going up. This is the magic that can happen when you keep on reducing your defect. What are the benefits you are realizing? The profit percentage is, can get doubled, can get tripled. At the same time, customer satisfaction can improve, the quality levels can improve. And for the fixed amount of resources, you will start getting more output. The same work you have been doing earlier before Six Sigma, but you ended up producing only 800 saleable unit. Now for the same work, since you equipped your people on how to work and other things, now you ended up producing 900 saleable unit. That means your outputs are now more for the same amount of efforts and same amount of resources. This is really a good thing for your company, for yourself. This approach is called Six Sigma. Such projects are called, Six Sigma projects. Do you all now understand what is a Six Sigma project? Defect reduction is Six Sigma project. The focus is defect reduction. The goal is defect reduction. And the methodology used is DMAC methodology. Is it clear to all of you? What is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Any project you do, anything you do, if the outcome is reduction in the defect, that is nothing but a Six Sigma project. Whether you know it or not, you could have done several such projects. All of them are Six Sigma projects only. You can bring it under your profile. These are all Six Sigma projects, right? Done. Now let me take you through another scenario. Scenario number 3. The selling price is 100 rupees. The manufacturing cost is 72 rupees. Production volume still remains same 1000. So manufacturing cost is 72,000. You have become much more effective now. You have reduced the defect from 10% to 1%. And now the number of rejected unit, 1% of 1000 will be just 10 units are getting rejected. That means 990 units are saleable. That means your revenue is now 99,000. 99,000 is the revenue, 72,000 is the manufacturing cost. So how much is the profit now? 27,000. This 27,000 expressed as a percentage of the revenue is 27.27. Do you now understand what happened to your profit? It's almost tripled. Whatever defect you minimize, same extent gets added up in your profit, right? If your management really wants to maximize their profit, then the option is Six Sigma. The more the projects you do, the more maximization happens in the profit, right? And again, operational cost is again same. You have only perfected your process. You have only perfected your output. You made all your process, work very effectively. For that, you really don't have to put additional resource. Maybe you have to train your people. Maybe you have to equip your people to understand what is the defect and how to proactively reduce the defect. And that is what we are also doing in the program. You do the same thing in your place. Make everybody understand, what is defect and what is defect reduction and how to improve the effectiveness of the process, right? And that's the thing. And that means, again, this is a Six Sigma project, but only thing is the improvements are breakthrough. You brought down the defect from 20% to 1% as a result. You have tripled your profit. And again, the methodology used is DMAC. So scenario 1, the company do not know about the Six Sigma, DMAC and all those things. They were simply following the traditional way of problem solving. In fact, it is not even problem solving. They might be doing quality control. What is quality control? Detecting problems. Detecting problems is not enough. Solving problem is required. Right? Quality control only detects the defective item and prevent it from passing to the customer. That's quality control. But what is required is we must proactively prevent the problem. That requires problem solving skills. So from the traditional level, we need to move on to the next level, the Six Sigma. And this was called Industry 2.0. Doing quality control activity is called what? Industry 2.0. Fixing the problem, proactively preventing the defect is nothing but Industry 3.0. If your company is already in the era of 3.0, then you should be proud about it. Then implementation becomes much easier. If your company still remains in 2.0, then you may have to equip your people, equip your management, and equip everyone to understand and appreciate these philosophies, principles, tools, and techniques. And once you are able to get their buy-in, and these kind of breakthrough improvements will start happening in your workplace. Then another scenario. Selling price is 100 rupees, but the manufacturing cost of the product is now reduced to 62. Do you think this is possible? So far, you have been, incurring a cost of 72 rupees per unit, and something you did, and you converted, you reduced the cost, manufacturing cost to 62 rupees. And again, production volume is 1,000. And now the manufacturing cost is 62,000. And let us assume the defect levels are also just 1%. So 10 units gets rejected, 990 units saleable. What will be the revenue? 99,000. But now what is your profit? 99,000 minus the manufacturing cost of 62,000. Now the profit is 37,000. Right? Profit is 37,000. And now you see, there is an impact in the profit growth as well as the revenue growth. That means your bottom line as well as top line both are getting impacted. Your operational cost now has gone down. How many of you are able to notice this? To produce 1,000 units, so far you have been spending 72,000. For the first time in the history, for the first time in your company, for producing 1,000 units, your company is now spending only 62,000. So what is the impact, the major impact that has happened as a result of your project? The operational cost has gone down. Besides improvement in the profit, improvement in the revenue, but the major impact is operational cost is going down. Such projects are called Lean Six Sigma project. So how the Lean Six Sigma project differ from Six Sigma? Six Sigma, the focus is only defect reduction. In Lean Six Sigma, focus is on two things. One is defect reduction. You ensure the defect levels are low. At the same time, you ensure the resource utilizations are also optimized. You ensure operational cost is going down. What methodology you will follow? Again, DMAC methodology. Right? There are two things. Your focus can be maximizing, your focus can be defect reduction. Then the project is Six Sigma. Suppose if your focus is waste elimination, what is waste elimination? If you excessively use any resource, then what you are doing is waste. If you excessively use any resource, be it material, be it manpower, be it machinery, be it money, if you excessively use anything to achieve the desired level of effectiveness, then whatever the excess utilized amount, that is considered a waste. Because a better way of doing a work exists, but you still don't adopt it. That is called a waste, right? If you identify this waste and eliminate it, your operational cost will come down. Is there any question here?
Sir, that can be also called a waste, activity that are customer not going to pay for that.
Correct. You are right. Any activity which the customer is not going to pay you, if you still do it, then what you are doing is waste.
Yes, sir.
If you are not getting paid, then what you are doing is waste. But why are you not getting paid? Customer doesn't find value. If
Yes,
customer doesn't find value, you must recognize that as a waste.
Yes.
So, yes.
Sorry for interrupt. Sir,
Yes,
basically,
please.
Gopal, sir, basically Six Sigma methodology is defects elimination. Lean Six Sigma methodology is defects plus waste elimination. That is
Very good. Good understanding. Six Sigma focus is defect reduction. Lean focus is waste elimination. Then Lean Six Sigma is together.
Defects, yes, sir.
Yeah, we focus on reducing defect also. We focus on reducing waste also, because both are important. Reducing defects will maximize your profit.
So here, sir, defects and the variation we are talking about now, sir. The previous discussion,
Yes.
in the RKSR discussions, we are discussing about the variation is a Six Sigma. So this variation is a subset of defects or what, sir?
Correct. The root cause of the defect is variation.
So both are interlinked. In this case, sir, defects is basically it's on various levels. It's material, people,
Correct.
System, process. Are we going to discuss in detail about this?
Yes. We are going to discuss in detail. This will be made crystal clear in another 4 or 5 slides. Very good question. So focus on defect reduction is Six Sigma. Focus on waste elimination is lean. Focus on both is called Lean Six Sigma, right? And the Six Sigma, the justification is profit growth. In lean, the justification is lower operational cost. Your operational cost comes down. Your money is, you require only less money to achieve the same result. So these are all certain good things, every company would, like. And now the last scenario. 100 is the selling price. Cost is 62 because you have done already some Six Sigma projects, some lean projects, some lean Six Sigma project. All that you have done, you are able to come to this situation. And now as a leader in the organization or as a part of the top management, you wanted to double your capacity. So far, you have been producing only 1,000 units every single shift. Now you wanted to double your capacity. This is called capacity expansion. Now the manufacturing cost for producing 2,000 units, you require 1,24,000. And the defect percentage 1%, 20 unit will be rejected, and saleable units are 1,980. That means 1,98,000 is the revenue and 74,000 is the profit. This is the profit growth. This profit growth. This is the revenue growth. And now your operational cost may be more because you wanted to produce at least 2,000 units every single shift. Your operational cost increases. So these kind of results comes with additional investment. So far we did not talk about additional investment. You require only some resource to run the project. Whereas here this is capacity expansion. So these kind of projects are generally top driven. These kind of projects are top driven, but the previous projects are bottom up approach or bottom driven, or you can call them as operational projects are identified at the operational level. Whereas these kind of projects are identified at the top level, right? Your quality and customer satisfaction, all those things will go up. And the approach now is called DFSS. This is no more your Six Sigma project or Lean Six Sigma project. Now the approach is design for Six Sigma. You are expanding capacity, developing a new product, designing a new machine, designing a new process. All of them are called DFSS project, design for Six Sigma. That will follow a methodology called DMAT-V. So DMAT stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. DMAT-V stands for define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. Right? So this DFSS DMAT-V approach will be helpful to the product development team. However, at the operational level, DMAT will be very, very helpful. Hope it is clear to all of you. Now you understood what is a DMAT project and then what is a DMAT-V project. You know what is Six Sigma, what is Lean Six Sigma, and what is DFSS. Is that clear? Shall I move on?
Yes, sir.
Sir, in the productivity quality line, there is
Yes.
an answer one. CSAT, what is that, sir?
Customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. Suppose we are doing the training program. At the end of the day, how happy all of you are.
The new jargon which I want to.
Yeah. True.
Thank you.
Right. So ultimately, Lean Six Sigma
Sir, 1 second.
improves your profitability. Yes, sir.
1 second. Previous slide, please go. Go to the previous slide. I want everyone to understand that there are two terms, jargons he has introduced. One jargon, Ganesh Mutaya said, found it. The another one I just want to tell you, are you all very clear about the two jargons, the bottom line and top line approach?
Yes, sir, of course.
The top line, see the growth is that is 2 times, 147%. Whereas when you reduce the bottom line up, if you go for bottom line approaches, it is only 10%, 20%, up to less than 100%, because you can only improve the process that is available. Whereas you can go for extra production beyond the production line, that is called top line approach. So the growth will be multiplied, whereas the profit growth will be only multiplied by fractions, right? So see the difference between the top line approach and then bottom line approach, where the management plays a vital part in improving the profit, the growth multiple times. Thank you.
Sir,
Top line growth focuses on the revenue. Bottom line growth is focusing on the profit.
Yes, Ganesh.
yes, sir. So the thing is, probably, for those, who might be knowing a little bit of past, sir, actually the top driven, as Dr. GSK said, that kind of a project, is basically designed by top management for the contribution improvement. There is a word called economics of scale, no, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir, because the bottom line, talks about, the percentage, whatever the kind of it, whether, the fixed cost versus the variable cost, all those things are, modeled into the top line. And then, when they come out with the economics of scale.
Yeah. Yes.
Once that is done, bottom line is aiming for, contribution, positive contribution, and then make it net profit, covering your, depreciation and
Very
the interest. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you.
So we need
Thank
to
you.
make a clear proposal before any project, whether it is top driven or bottom driven.
Please.
Right. So Six Sigma is all about increasing your profitability. What is profitability? Divide the word profit plus ability. What is profit? The benefit you see in your hand. The benefit you currently achieve out of the project you have completed. You have executed a project, you got a benefit of 10 lakhs. That is hard benefit. You can see the currency immediately. But when you do a project, will there be any new learning? When you do a project, will there be any new learning?
Definitely, sir.
Definitely. Do you think this new learning will lead to some savings in the future?
Yes, sir. Knowledge is always,
Very good. That means that means your ability to make profits in the future also increases when you do a Six Sigma project. That is the meaning of increasing profitability. Sigma or Lean Six Sigma is a profit maximization tool. It improves your current profit. It will also improve your future profit. And now, in order to do that, there are two possibilities. You can do that using your existing resource, or you can do that by adding some additional resource. If you add additional resource and then to your profitability, those projects are called DFSS project. Those projects are called DFSS project, designed for Six Sigma project. That means your focus is now new product development. Right now, your product mix has, let's say 10 variant, and now you are another 5. Now your revenue will increase because the avenues for revenue generation increased because of the introduction of new variants. That means your focus is on revenue. Such projects are called DFSS. Either it can be new product development or it can be expanding your capacity. All right. And coming on to the other side, you don't want to expand your resources. You don't want to hire new people, or you don't want to hire more people, or you don't want to buy more machines, but you still wanted to maximize your profit. And now these possibilities comes. What are these? You can do Six Sigma project, you can do Lean project, or you can do Lean Six Sigma project. What is Six Sigma project? You focus on reducing defects. Aim for doing things right at the first time. Why do you want your people to produce defect and then correct it? Rather, equip them to produce the right product right at the first time. Right? Now, the benefit is directly on the profit margin. Now the Lean project. What is Lean project? Your output is same, but the resources consumed are now optimized. You don't allow your people to overutilize any resource. You don't allow your people to underutilize any resource. That is called optimization. You ensure optimal use of the resources. That means waste is getting eliminated. And generally such a project starts with VSM or Kaizen. VSM is value stream mapping. We'll be seeing that. Kaizen is small continuous improvement, right? And now you can follow any methodology. It can be, because Lean as such do not have any methodology. Lean evolved from Motorola, and Motorola said the methodology is MAIC, MAC. Then later General Electric converted the MAC into DMAC. But Lean as such do not have any methodology on its own. It will simply adopt whatever methodology it is, right? It can be either PDCA, or it can be DMAC, or it can be any other methodology which your company knows, right? And now the impact is cash flow. When you do a Lean project, your cash flow will become very smooth and the operational cost will go down, right? And you can always try to do both also in a project. One side you can you can improve the output quality. Other side you can reduce the resource consumption. Then your project is Lean Six Sigma project. Now the benefit is profit margin goes up. At the same time, cash flow also will improve. Nothing but the operational cost will go down. So these kind of results, maximizing the profit margin and reducing the operational cost, together are called bottom line growth. These are responsibilities of the managers at the operational level. The down level managers are responsible for the profit and are responsible for the operational cost. And the top level managers, they are responsible for the revenue. We call it top line growth, isn't it? I hope all of you agree with me on this, right? The bottom line responsibility lies with the efficiency of the people who are working at the down level. All right. And the top line growth lies with the, the efficiency of the people or the managers working at the top level. If you are smart enough, then you will be able to, double or triple the revenue. Is that clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So we move on. So let us understand the history of Six Sigma. The Six Sigma concept was conceptualized at Motorola somewhere during 1979.